Hey everybody, tonight I'm going to be going over why I'm giving my confessional and testimony on here. First off, confess. Admit or state that one committed a crime or is at fault in some way. Admit or acknowledge something reluctantly, typically because one feels slightly ashamed or embarrassed. Declare one's righteous faith. So when we look into scriptures, we have First John 1, 5 through 10. Alright, so First John 1, 5. And this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light, and in him is no darkness at all. If we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and are not doing the truth. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and that the blood of Yeshua Messiah, his Son, cleanses us from all sins. If we say that we have no sin, then we are misleading ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we confess our sins, he is trustworthy and righteous to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. If we say that we have not sinned, well, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. So what we are looking at with this is basically stating that in the confessional, it is to make aware, it is to bring forward information, it is to go against the flow, it is to say that we have sin, and that is okay, and that we need to do that. The second part about it is testimony. When we look at testimony, it's a formal or written spoken statement, especially one given in a court of law. Evidence or proof provided by the existence or appearance of something. A public recounting of religious conversion or experience. This is the definition of testimony. Now, I like to look at Revelation 12, 11, and 12. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. So basically what this is saying is that if we are willing to give our testimony, that we can overcome the devil, we can overcome Lucifer and his armies, because simply put, we are willing to give our testimony. I believe that I have a testimony that is worth sharing. I believe that I have a testimony that needs to be heard, and I believe that by confessing that I can thusly make my testimony even better, because if we go and we confess and we give our testimony, this shines light in even the darkest of places. And if we shine our light in even the darkest of places, then basically what ends up happening is that Lucifer must flee. The demons must flee. And so therefore I'm hoping that my testimony and confessional will be something that shines light in the dark places, instead of being a witness that's intimidated, afraid to speak, and well, you're going to say I'm crazy. Oh well, they're going to think that I'm nuts. Oh well, they think that that I'm making stuff up. You know what? I don't care, because if one person hears what I have to say and says, you know what, I understand that, then you know what? That's a seed that's planted, and that seed can do even better things than I can. You have Dan Duvall's church, which is full of people that have stories like mine, only far, far, far more. Go on to Dan's, look up Priscilla. Her testimony is amazing, and the I find people that the church would shun her, and it's like she has one of the most amazing testimonies I think I've ever heard, and she is exposing things that need to be exposed. You then have Robert, absolutely amazing testimony there that he is bringing forward into people. I mean, these are wows, and even more. And you have an entire church full of people that were in their darkness who are coming out into the light and saying, here's the exposure, here's my witness, here's my testimony, here's my confessional of the things that I've done. And it is absolutely the key to fighting some of these entities that are out there that most people have no idea even exist. And I kind of look at mine and I say, is that even worth telling in comparison to them? And the answer is yes. Because the more testimonies you have, the more power that is in them. And that's how, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. I'll go back a verse. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, with accuse them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Think about this. It's saying that Yeshua uses the testimony, the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. Think about that for a moment. So if you have a testimony and you've been afraid to tell it, think about it. Tell it. Why? Because if you have a word of testimony, it might be the key that unlocks something for somebody else. And on Saturday, I'm going to be starting. It's going to get into some dark places. It's going to be some weird stuff. It's going to be absolutely sounding crazy to people. And I'm okay with this because I need to. I have to. I am being led to. And it doesn't matter anymore. Because if I do that, then I remove hiding, I remove shames, I remove everything and give it to Yeshua, who then can use this to prosecute the mafia per se, and not be an intimidated witness sitting on the sidelines and saying, I am not any, I'm scared. People might not believe me. Yeshua knows. He knows. You do not have to think about with Yeshua, am I going to be believed or not? He knows. But when you speak and you give testimony and you give confession, that gives him power and authority to be able to wield that. And be able to let it be a post line for others. So yeah, it's going to sound crazy, it's going to sound nuts, it's going to sound out of this world. It's not. But if that's where you're at, that's okay too. Because everybody is somewhere. So on Saturday on the members only part, I'm going to start releasing, and eventually it will come to the non-members when I'm ready to put it out to that. So if you wanna see it early, that's the membership side. When it's all put together, when it's all said and done, and I get a little bit of extra hopeful clarity on a few details, then I'll be ready to release it. And I think that, if you want some homework, go check out Priscilla and her story, her testimony on Dan Duvall, Bride Ministries. Absolutely incredible, just absolutely incredible. And if she's willing to be able to go out and do what she did, why can't I? Not to mention, too, I believe that's it for this video. Thank you, everybody, and I hope that you're having a wonderful night. Yeshua bless you, and I will see you on the next one.